Hi guys, it's Amy. Welcome to Strength Reversed. I'm out for a walk today and I decided just to film some places in my neighborhood because I can't go anywhere else. Michael and I really wanted to go to the beach, and we love being near the ocean, and I find that to be a sacred, healing place for me. There are other places that I've traveled that like the Badlands in South Dakota, the Black Hills, and other places that I think are really magical and special. But since I can't go to those places, I thought there are places in my neighborhood that are also magical and sacred to me. So I thought I would show you and also pull a card to see what those places have to tell me about these crazy times we're living in. This is a walking path near my house, and I've been walking almost every day, and I love the trees here. It's kind of funny because somebody every day, and this is even when we're not on lockdown, that's kind of a little too positive for me, but every day, I don't know if it's a kid or someone else, they draw things with chalk. So it's always fun to see what's happening. But I love these trees, and I'll sit here and read tarot sometimes because they have all these nooks and crannies and what I think are fairy houses. They just have these incredible shapes. Yeah, I'm really hoping fairies live in there and not like snakes or things that are going to come out and bite me. I find all of these trees to be so interesting, and I will come sit out here sometimes and pull some cards and wonder how many little fairies live out here. The card that came up is the Page of Pentacles. And I think that pentacle is really a gift of magic and energy and good things. This is how I feel when I'm out here. I always feel renewed. Even though it's close to houses and there are people walking their dogs and some people being annoying. It just feels really nice to be out here. This is another place that I walk to, and this is not my neighborhood, and right behind me is a community pool and a tennis courts and stuff. Of course, nobody's there, but there's this little pond tucked away. And a lot of times you can see ducks swimming, and sometimes there are baby ducks and things like that here. There's some ducks out there. And I'll just stand here and look at the water. Two cards popped out, the Nine of Wands and the Ace of Cups, and the ducks are swimming over here to visit. And I think this place is just trying to tell me that something good is going to come out of this time that we have here recuperating. I think everyone's feeling a little bit over it, feeling a little bit beat up, feeling like their emotions and their spirit is, and for some people also physically, we're feeling like we've had enough maybe, or that we've been struggling for a while. And I think this is a time where we can use this to fill up our cups and kind of renew. I do feel for people who are not introverts like me, because for me, I could do this all year, you know, but I know some people are really extroverted and really need a lot of social time, and I'm just lucky that I'm not that person. So here's another path that I go on, and there's this man-made pond, and there's some houses all around it, and I don't want to put them on video, but there's a little bench here. One thing I love about where I live is that in the middle of all these trees, you'll just see a random palm tree. So it's kind of tropical. But I love to listen to the water here, and there are all these wildflowers that are blooming, and there are usually all kinds of birds and wildlife out here in the water, and you can kind of watch the fish or a turtle or something. So I find it to be really relaxing. And the card that came up was the High Priestess reversed. And I'm not sure if people are really going inside or not, and I think they need to. I think people might be like living in their heads a little too much, and we really need to stop the chatter. I can see people scrambling for ways to keep the chatter going, and maybe we should just turn that off for a while and really listen. This is a retention pond, but it always has the most amazing birds and butterflies, and at night you can hear all of the frogs singing. So you can see why I like walking down this street. It's just a beautiful canopy of trees all the way down. And sometimes I'll drive home down the street on purpose just because I love seeing it so much. The cards that I pulled for this spot are the Queen of Swords and the Five of Pentacles. It's really important for me, at least, to control my thoughts and control the communication that I have with people. I think there's this lack mentality out there, and it's easy to latch on to that fear. So we need to take care of ourselves, and that means maybe not communicating with certain people for right now. One of my favorite sacred spaces to me is my front porch, and as you can see, my amaryllis are blooming. They come out every year. I think they're a little bit early this year. But I love walking out onto my porch and seeing all of the plants. And what came up is the Ten of Pentacles. Which is a great card for a front porch. Another place that I've been spending a lot of time is in my hammock. And the card that came up for this space is the Tower. And I guess it makes sense that this would be a tower time where we're getting rid of the old structure, and I'm really feeling like I want to embrace that. I feel like after this is done, it's kind of helped knock me out of a pattern, because it's really easy to get stuck in your day-to-day life, and difficult to make changes when things are, you're in your pattern or your routine. And so this, I think, has helped knock people out of that, and I'm hoping that it helps us realize some things and make some new choices. So I will show you the view, because it's pretty spectacular. So here is the view, and I spend a lot of time out here thinking or not thinking, and just enjoying this. relaxing. Thanks for joining me and seeing all of my sacred spaces in my neighborhood. I would love to see yours. They're really helping me out during this time of being cooped up, which I'm loving, by the way. Okay, guys, I will talk to you soon.